I just want to start off, really proud of our football team. We talked all week about, our response. And, obviously last week didn't go the way we wanted, but, we were in total control of how we prepared this week, how we responded to some adversity that we'd seen. And I'll tell you, I thought our guys prepared at an extremely high level. The attitude, the approach in meetings, the attitude and approach in practice. There was a great purpose, and even though we had practiced well the week prior, we didn't apply it in the game as well as we could have. And then this week, that was the thing. Let's see us apply it at an elite level. And I thought that our guys, offense, defense, special teams, they were dominant tonight. And just so proud of the guys that I have in that room. Obviously our coaches, I thought, put together a great plan, and then our players executed it. And that's a dang good football team we just played. And to come out and to have that type of performance was something that was, I'm just, like I said, just really proud of.
You've been searching for that complete game from your offense.
It was pretty close. We knew we wanted to be able to control the game. That was something that you look down, and we had the ball for almost 34, or a little over 34 minutes of the game. Our guys executed. They believed in the game plan that we had. There were some things that were different in our presentation, and our guys totally bought into that. And I thought quarterback did an exceptional job, and the things we asked him to do, made some huge throws down the field. We were able to get some great matchups, and our kids, and they played at a very high level. We owned the ball. That was the first game this year that we were 100% ball security. So that's the thing that I'm excited about celebrating. And then we're also able to create a couple takeaways, huge plays that to help swing the momentum of the game. And I thought all in all that was a wonderful performance.
Not giving away obviously too much. What were you looking to accentuate with the type of changes?
We wanted to get put our players in a position to make plays, and that's where you see guys that are rising up to a new level. And Kenny, obviously, you look at a guy that had 100 yards rushing and 200 plus yards receiving. Calvin Austin. We've been talking about Calvin a lot. His growth, and to see him have a couple of huge plays, 2 touchdowns in this game was incredible. I mean, but everybody played a role, and you sit there and you look at it. It was what you hoped for it to look like as a coach. When you put together a plan and to see these guys execute it at that level is pretty impressive.
On that last drive before Kenny came out, were you aware how close?
I wasn't. I really didn't. I didn't know anything. I don't ever look at stats or hear about stats during games. I mean, at the end of the day, we're there. We're just trying to win the game, and that's something that I think these guys, Ken will be probably the first to tell you that the statistics look great, and that's a heck of a milestone that he's accomplished, and I'm happy for him about it. But there's a lot of guys in that room that help contribute to that, and it's special when you get to see somebody that is as humble and puts in the work ethic that he puts in, and to be able to achieve success. But I wasn't looking, or I didn't know until they made the announcement on the jumbotron. I didn't know until I walked in here about the 200 yards receiving. So that's pretty cool too.
How satisfying is it to call up a play like you did on the 4th down, the wheel route, and then on the flip to Magnifico, those first 2 touchdowns, when they work just the way you drew them up? And can you take me through both those calls? What was the thinking of it?
Yeah, you try to study. We study a lot of film, and for us, it's all about trying to find a couple of matchup situations where we feel like we can gain an advantage. Then you spend the entire week going through trying to get to where you can execute it at an elite level when the game starts. And I thought you got to give credit to all of our players. I mean, they were on point tonight, and we ran a little free release wheel route with our back there on the 4th down, and great throw, great catch. But the other 4 guys, receivers, the 5 linemen that were blocking, obviously our back and quarterback did a wonderful job. But it was impressive to see, and we just try to find those advantages whenever we can, and try to take advantage of it.
Nobody's even mentioning the fact that you have 6 wins and you're bowl eligible. I guess we just take it for granted now that you have 6 wins and you're bowl eligible at 6 years in a row.
I really wish I would have mentioned that in the locker room now.
But, I mean, and then you got Paxton out there and Janard Avery out there, and it says something about this program, doesn't it? Go ahead.
It does, and yes, I mean, it's exciting that becoming bowl eligible has become the new standard, and it's something that, our program, across the country, is when they hear Memphis football, they think of success, and that's something that I take a great deal of pride in. You see guys like Paxton, Paxton Lynch, Janard Avery, that come back, and the cheers from the crowd, the impact that they made. That's what makes Memphis special, because not only do we represent a university, we obviously our football program, we represent a community. And that's what people from the outside don't understand the importance of that. We're just trying to continue to elevate Memphis in general, but we've got a wonderful platform with this football program and the great players that we have. And so we're just trying to do our part. But it was pretty special. It's a pretty special night, national TV once again, and to have that type of performance, and become bowl eligible for the 6th straight year, that's incredible.
So along the same lines, tonight was Memphis versus everybody. Calvin Austin, Joe Magnifico, Austin Hall Pickens. I mean, a lot of Memphis guys made some big plays tonight, contributed, like you said.
And that's what's special about our location, what we represent. I mean, I love that mindset. We got something special here. We got a special community. We got a special brand that we represent. So when you get an opportunity to step on that field, and there's only one way to go do it, right? And our guys, they worked extremely hard, and it was a great night for Memphis.
At the beginning of the year, you said you want to be bigger, stronger, and faster. At this game, you pretty much manhandled Tulane on both sides of the ball, physically, offense and defense. Talk about are you where you want to be so far?
I think we're continuing to get better. I think we're continuing to progress. Anybody you can start a season with a flash, right? And I think we were able to do that. But how we won some of those games, the things that we've had to develop and continue to progress with. I mean, we're still young. I mean, that's what people don't. I mean, you don't realize. We got so much youth on this team now. We're growing each and every day, but I think the job that Coach Storms and his staff has done, all of our position coaches, the players for their commitment to continuing to grow and the sacrifices they put into it. That's a product of what you're seeing on the field. And so, I'm really pleased with where we are, but we have to continue to get better. I mean, it's going to be a great challenge next week just to win one game, and that will be our sole focus. One game, and that's all we can do. And we come back tomorrow just like we did last week. We're going to put this one to bed. We got to work on getting better there tomorrow night and have the same approach to preparation, but just do it a little bit better next week.
Was this your best game, the best game offensive line's played?
I think so. I mean, that's a talented defensive front, and that was when you sit there and you look at what that team has been able to do. I mean, let's look at both offenses. I mean, last year they sacked us 7 times. I mean, we had a veteran offensive line last year. They have the same guys back, and our guys rose to the challenge. I was really pleased with that. You look at their offense; they were 4th in the country, averaging 288 yards rushing, and to be able to hold them to under 150, I mean, that's a heck of an accomplishment. So I think the trenches definitely were a big advantage for us tonight, and it's you got to tip your hats to those guys and the work that they put in.
Speaking of those rushing yards, so what did you guys do differently this year that you didn't do last year to be able to stop the one more effectively?
I think our guys did a great job executing the plan. They were very aggressive up front. We challenged our guys on the defensive front. I think when you sit there and you look at the tackles for loss, we got 7 tackles for loss in this game, plus the 3 takeaways. We were able to get pressure on the quarterback multiple times. That's something that helps throw an offense off a rhythm, and being able to create some of those long yardage situations was definitely a benefit for us. But our guys did a great job in how they played.
How good was it to get Claybrooks back there, return kick, and kind of show up? We've all kind of been seeing in practice what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, boy, I tell you what, when he sees that one, the first one on film, when he sees the second one on film, that would I thought he was going to score, and he tripped up on the first one, and the second one, I thought he might have had the same, there on the outside, but you see his explosiveness. You see that he's got a chance to be a special returner. You having him, Antonio Gibson back there, it's going to be a dynamic duo on our kickoff return team, and we need those guys to continue to play at a high level, and for us to do what we want to do.
Is that definitely a sign that Chris is getting back to where the level he's supposed to be at?
I think so. I think, each week that goes by, he's going to get a little bit more in game shape. He's going to play continue to play at a high level, and you just continue to gain that confidence.
Okay.
All right, guys, thanks so much,
Thank you.
Coach.